Harihi Om Namaste. Welcome to session 56 of the Sundarakandam learning series. So far we have seen that Hanuman has spotted Sita Mata. After deliberating for a long time, and he concludes that it is indeed Sita Mata. He also marvels at how Lord Rama and Sita are able to stay alive despite the separation. Okay, and then in this shloka, in this sarga, we see how he notes the environment around him. I do not know if I mentioned at the start of the 16th sarga, but one of the benefits of the 16th sarga is also to get virakti for samsara. Okay, to realize that the pleasures of the various objects of the senses are transient, and to realize that what gives true happiness is the quest for Sita Mata, or the quest for the Atma, for the self. Okay, so that is the phala of the 16th sarga. So now we start the 17th sarga, which is Rakshasi Darshanam, seeing the Rakshasis. Atha Saptadasha Sargaha Rakshasi Darshanam Tatah Kumudashandabho Tatah Kumudashandabho Nirmalo Nirmalam Swayam Nirmalo Nirmalam Swayam Prajagamanabhaschandro Prajagamanabhaschandro Hamso Nilamivodakam Hamso Nilamivodakam. Line by line. Tatah Kumudashandabho Nirmalo Nirmalam Swayam Tatah Kumudashandabho Nirmalo Nirmalam Swayam Prajagamanabhaschandro Hamso Nilamivodakam Prajagamanabhaschandro Hamso Nilamivodakam. Together. Tatah Kumudashandabho Nirmalo Nirmalam Swayam Prajagamanabhaschandro Hamso Nilamivodakam. Let us do the Anvaya. The verb for this shloka is Prajagama. Prajagama means he went. Somebody went. Here the Kartripada, or the subject of the sentence, is the Chandraha, the moon in the sky. Remember earlier also, third sarga, fifth sarga, so many sargas in the first part, Chandra played an ally to Hanuman. Here also, now, Chandra is going to help Hanuman survey the scene before him. Okay, a true warrior, a true hero will not act without doing a complete reconnaissance of the place where the desired object is. Without doing a complete check, he will not enter. So in the same way, Hanuman remains hidden in the Shimshupa tree and he is carefully observing what is happening around him. So here, Tataha, then. Kumuda Shandabhaha. Kumuda means blue lilies. Shanda means a collection or a bed. Abha means with a brightness. So with the brightness of a bed of blue lilies, okay, Nirmalodayaha Chandraha. Nirmalodayaha, spotlessly risen. Okay, well risen, spotlessly well risen. Chandraha, the moon. Hamsaha Neelam Udakamiva Nirmalam Nabhaha. How is the Hamsaha means swan. Neelam Udakam means blue waters of a lake. Iva, like. Nirmalam Nabhaha, pure sky. Prajagama, here it means ascended. So the moon ascended the dark blue sky, shining like a bed of blue lilies, like how the swan moves gracefully on a dark lake with cool waters, with cool dark waters. Okay, so the comparison is of, or upama is of the moon on the sky with the hamsa or the swan on the lake. Okay, so Nirmalodayaha Kumudashandabaha tells us that it is shining a bright, pure, spotless light. on the surroundings. So Hanuman is able to survey the scene better. If you have any questions, please pause and ask me to repeat. Sachivyamiva kurvan Sachivyamiva kurvan saha prabhaya. Saha is swallowed because of the sandhi. Okay, sa prabhaya nirmala prabhaha. Prabhaya nirmala prabhaha. Chandrama rashmibhi शीतैः चन्द्रमा रश्मिभिः शीतैः सिषेवे पवनात्मजम् साचिव्यमिव कुर्वन् स प्रभया निर्मल प्रभाः साचिव्यमिव कुर्वन् स प्रभया निर्मल प्रभाः चन्द्रमा रश्मिभिः शीतैः सिषेवे पवनात्मजम् चन्द्रमा रश्मिभिः शीतैः सिषेवे पवनात्मजम् टुगेदर साचिव्यमिव कुर्वन् स प्रभया निर्मल प्रभाः चन्द्रमा रश्मिभिः शीतैः सिषेवे पवनात्मजम्. So here Sisheve is a verb. Sisheve means what? Sisheve actually means to touch gently, to refresh, to cool down. So here the words again used for Chandra's work is Sachivyam. Wherever the word Sachivyam is used, we must remember why is Chandra helping Hanuman? Because Chandra Sahodari is lost. To retain her, the Sahodara is helping her, helping Hanuman find his missing sister. So Sachivyam Kurvansaha. So she is also the dynasty in which Sita Mata has been born. Sita Mata is from the lunar race. Rama is from the Surya Vamsha. So his Kulojata. Who is she? Sita Mata. So Nirmala Prabha Saha. Nirmala Prabha, one with the spotless effulgence. Saha Chandrama, that moon. Prabhaya, with its radiance or with his radiance. Sachivyam Kurvan Iva, as if helping or as if doing ministership. Shitaihi Rashmibihi, with cool rays. Shita means cool, Rashmi means rays of light. Pavanatmajam, Hanuman. Sisheve, refreshed. So the moonlight served to refresh Hanuman. Okay, that is the meaning of this particular shloka. Sadadarshatata. Oh, sorry. Sadadarshatata Sita. Sadadarshatata Sita. Purnachandra Nibhananam. Purnachandra Nibhananam. Shokabhareiriva Nyastam. Shokabhareiriva Nyastam. Bhareirnavamivambhasi. Bhareirnavamivambhasi. Sadadarshatata Sita. Purnachandra Nibhananam. Sadadarshatata Sita. Purnachandra Nibhananam. Shokabhareiriva Nyastam. Bhareirnavamivambhasi. Shokabhareiriva Nyastam. Bhareirnavamivambhasi. Together. Sadadarshatata Sita. Purnachandra Nibhananam. Shokabhareiriva Nyastam. Bhareirnavamivambhasi. If you have any doubts with the chanting, please stop and ask me. Sarasaji, are you comfortable with the chanting pace? Are you able to follow?
Yes, I am able to follow. Only one doubt here. Shoka Bharai. So we are separating Shoka Bharai, then Iva, correct?
Shoka Bhareir Iva. So we will say Shoka. If you have time, you will pause and say Shoka Bharaihi, which is actually the word. But we won't have. We have to do Sandhi and move on. Shoka Bhareiriva is how we will
join together. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
for this purpose, I will be putting a chanting guide that will usually follow the class where we start a new Sarga. So if I've started Sarga 17 today, hopefully tomorrow the Sarga 17 chanting guide will be released. So if you have a doubt, you can go back to that and clear it. You can ask me also. Right? Okay. So then, so Sitam Dadarsha. Okay. So Hanuman saw Sita. Okay. Tataha Saha. Then he. This he is Hanuman. Hanuman is being assisted by Chandra to see the surroundings. Now the subject shifts from Chandra to Hanuman. Tataha Saha. Now Hanuman. Then Hanuman. Purna Chandra Nibhananam. One with face like the full moon. Moon is now showing the one with the face like the full moon. Okay. Purna Chandra Nibha. Ananam means face. One with the face which is glowing like the full moon. Bharaihi ambasi nyastam navamiva. Bharaihi means with heavy loads. Ambasi. Okay, in the sky. Nyastam. Placed. Navamiva. Like a boat. Toka bharaihi. Iva. Sorry, ambasi in the water. Sorry, here it is ambu, water. So bharaihi ambasi. With heavy load in the water like a boat which is placed. Like that. Shokabharaihi iva Sitam Dadarsha. Shokabharaihi Nyastam. One who was therefore weighed down with her grief, Sita. So Shokabharaihi Nyastam is an adjective for Purna Chandra Nibhananam. That is Sita. For Sita. Okay. So he saw Sita who was weighed down with grief, like how a boat is weighed down with a heavy load on it. How it flounders in the sea. In the same way, Sita Mata appeared to be floundering and sad with all her worries. So all these shlokas, as we see, is rich in comparison, similes. Okay, everywhere description is made, comparisons are made to heavy boats, to this one in the sky, and things like that. Swan in the waters and things like that. Didrikshamano Vaidehim, Didrikshamano Vaidehim, Hanuman Marutatmajaha, Hanuman Marutatmajaha, Sadadarsha Vidurastha, Sadadarsha Vidurastha, Rakshasir Ghora Darshanaha, Rakshasir Ghora Darshanaha, Didakshamaano Vaidehim, Hanuman Marutatmajaha, Didakshamaano Vaidehim, Hanuman Marutatmajaha, Sadadarsha Vidurastha, Rakshasir Ghora Darshanaha, Sadadarsha Vidurastha, Rakshasi Ghora Darshanaha. Together. Didrikshamano Vaidehi, Hanuman Marutatmajaha, Sadadarsha Vidurastha, Rakshasi Ghora Darshanaha. Dadarsha, he saw. Saha, Saha Marutatmajaha Hanuman. He, the son of Vayu, Hanuman. Dadarsha, saw. What is he seeing? Who is he first? Adjective, another word for him. Vaidehin Didrikshamanaha. One who is desirous of seeing Vaidehi. What is he seeing? Avidurasthaha, Ghoradarshanaha, Rakshasihi, Dadarsha. Avidurasthaha. Avidura means not very far. Stha means one who is situated. Avidura sthaha, those who are situated close by. Ghoradarshanaha, of terrible form. Rakshasihi, Rakshasis, Dadarsha, he saw. So intent on seeing Sita Mata. He has seen Sita Mata already. He is intent on seeing her. But he sees many undesirable people around her. Okay, the Chandra has thereby played its role. Instead of Hanuman leaping from the tree and immediately making his presence known to Sita Mata, Chandra has warned him. The company is not safe. Do not show yourself. So he takes that into account. Okay, so what does he see? एकाक्षीमेककर्णाञ्च एकाक्षीमेककर्णाञ्च कर्णप्रावरणां तथा कर्णप्रावरणां तथा अकर्णां शङ्कुकर्णाञ्च अकर्णां शङ्कुकर्णाञ्च मस्तकोच्छ्वासनासिकाम् मस्तकोच्छ्वासनासिकाम् एकाक्षीमेककर्णाञ्च कर्णप्रावरणां तथा एकाक्षीमेककर्णाञ्च कर्णप्रावरणां तथा अकर्णां शङ्कुकर्णाञ्च मस्तकोच्छ्वासनासिकाम् अकर्णां शङ्कुकर्णाञ्च मस्तकोच्छ्वासनासिकाम् together एकाक्षीमेककर्णाञ्च कर्णप्रावरणां तथा अकर्णां शङ्कुकर्णाञ्च मस्तकोच्छ्वासनासिकाम् Mastkochvasanaasikam rakshasihi dadarsha. We should take from the previous shloka. Saha Hanuman rakshasihi dadarsha. What kind of rakshasis? All these are adjectives for rakshasis. Ekakshi, one with one eye only. Ekakarnam, one with 1 ear only. Tatha. Karna pravaranam. Avaranam means covering. Pravaranam means covering fully. The ear covers the rakshasi fully. So one whose body is covered with her ears only. Karna pravaranam. Okay. Akaranam, one without a ear at all. Shanku Karanam. Shanku means pointed ears. You've seen those goblin pictures like that, pointed ears, ones with pointed ears. Mastako Chwasa Nasika. Nasika means nostril. Where is the nostril? She was breathing Uchwasa. She's breathing with her nostril. But where is it? Mastaka. Mastake. That means on her forehead. She was having her nostril on her forehead and she was breathing from that. These kind of rakshasis he saw. Okay, we continue. The purport of why he's seeing all these people, I'll explain once we finish the section. Atikayottamangincha, Atikayottamangincha, Tanudirgha Shirodharam, Tanudirgha Shirodharam, Dhvastakeshim Tatha Keshim, Dhvastakeshim Tatha Keshim, Keshakambaladharinim, Keshakambaladharinim, Atikayottamangincha, Tanudirgha Shirodharam, Atikayottamangincha, Tanudirgha Shirodharam, Dhvastakeshim Tatha Keshim, Keshakambaladharinim, Dhvastakeshim Tatha Keshim, Keshakambaladharinim. Together. Atikayottamangincha tanudirgha shirodharam dhvastakeshim tatha keshim keshakambaladharinim. Atikaya uttamangicha. Atikaya uttamangicha. One with what do you call? Atikaya means large size stomach. Okay, massive form with a large size stomach. Tanu dirgha shirodharam. Okay, one who is having Tanu dirgha shirodharam, one whose shira udaram, till her what do you call? The stomach is reaching her. The stomach seems to cover her whole body. She has such a massive stomach. Okay, Dhvastakeshi. Another meaning of Shirodhara is neck. So Tanu Dirgha Shirodhara could also mean one having a very slender neck. So slender that it looks as if it can snap off. Okay, so long and slender. That's also another meaning. Then Dhvasta Keshi, one with eroded hair. Keshi means one with hair. Dhvasta Keshi means one with eroded hair, one who has lost a lot of hair. Akeshi, one who has no hair. Okay, bald. Apicha, Kesha Kambala Dharini, one who was wearing her Kesha or her hair like a blanket. Kesha Kambala Dharini, one who is wearing her long hair like a blanket. So previous shloka was about her eyes, ears. This one is more about her hair. Their hair, sorry. Next shloka. लम्बकर्णललाटाञ्च लम्बकर्णललाटाञ्च लम्बोदरपयोधराम् लम्बोदरपयोधराम् लम्बोष्ठीं चुबुकोष्ठीं च लम्बोष्ठीं चुबुकोष्ठीं च लम्बास्यां लम्बजानुकाम् लम्बास्यां लम्बजानुकाम् लम्बकर्णललाटाञ्च लम्बोदरपयोधराम् लम्बकर्णललाटाञ्च लम्बोदरपयोधराम् लम्बोष्ठीं चुबुकोष्ठीं च लम्बास्यां लम्बजानुकाम् लम्बोष्ठीं चुबुकोष्ठीं च लम्बास्यां लम्बजानुकाम् together लम्बकर्णललाटाञ्च लम्बोदरपयोधराम् लम्बोष्ठीं चुबुकोष्ठीं च लम्बास्यां लम्बजानुकाम् लम्बकर्णललाटा. Okay, लम्बकर्ण. Lamba refers to long. Karnalalata. Her ears are so long that they cover her forehead. Lalata means forehead. Lambakarna, the long ears which cover her forehead. Then Lambodhara Payodharam, one with a very long stomach, one with very long Stanabhaga. Lamboshti, okay, Oshti refers to the one with lips. Lamboshti, one with big hanging lips. Chubukoshti, one whose lips go up to her chubuka or her chin. Okay. Lambasyam, one with a long face. Lambajanukam, one with long knees that are sticking out. Okay. In comparison to the rest of her body, her knees are very long and they are sticking out. So these kind of rakshasis he saw. ह्रस्वां दीर्घां तथा कुब्जां ह्रस्वां दीर्घां तथा कुब्जां विकटां वामनां तथा विकटां वामनां तथा करालां भुग्नवक्त्रां च करालां भुग्नवक्त्रां च पिङ्गाक्षीं विकृताननाम् पिङ्गाक्षीं विकृताननाम् ह्रस्वां दीर्घां तथा कुब्जां विकटां वामनां तथा ह्रस्वां दीर्घां तथा कुब्जां विकटां वामनां तथा करालां भुग्नवक्त्रां च पिङ्गाक्षीं विकृताननाम्. Okay, so let's look at the meaning again. Vikrutananam rakshasihi dadarsha. Raswam, very, very short in stature. Dirgham, exceedingly tall. Okay. Tatha kubjam, those who were hunchbacked. Vikatam, with ugly looks. Vamanam, dwarf-like. Tatha, Karalam. Karala refers to sharp, protruding teeth. So those rakshasis who had sharp, protruding teeth. Bhugna those with distorted faces. Bhugna means distorted, Vaktra means face. Bhugna distorted face. Pingakshi, those with feline eyes, brown, gold in color. Pingakshi. Vikritanana, those with deformed faces, without nostrils, without lips, says Govindaraja in his commentary. Vikrita Pingala कालीः विकृताः पिङ्गलाः कालीः क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः कालाय समहाशूल कूटमुद्गरधारिणीः कालाय समहाशूल कूटमुद्गरधारिणीः. I went a little fast. No, we'll chant it together once slowly. Vikrita pingala kalihi krodhana kalaha priyaha kalaya samaha shula kootamudgaradharinihi. So, how did they look? This also is Rakshasi hi dadarsha. He saw Rakshasis. How? Vikritaha. We so far saw about the face. Now Vikritaha is deformed body. Those with deformed bodies. Pingalaha, Kalihi. Pingala here doesn't refer to the color of the eyes, but Pingala refers to the color of their skin. They have a sickly yellow brownish skin. Okay. Kalihi. Some are totally dark, black in appearance. Krodhanaha, Kalahapriyaha. This is their emotional appearance. Okay, how they appear to be. Krodhanaha, they appear angry. Kalahapriyaha, they appear fond of fighting with each other. Kalayasa mahashulakuta mudgara dharinihi. One big samastapadam. Kalayasa mahashula. Okay, holding kalayasa means these spears. Okay, mahashula, large sized tridents, mallets. Udgara, kuta. Kuta refers to those pounding kind of axe, kind of pounding kind of weapons. Udgara refers to the hammer made of iron. Okay, dharinihi. They were holding all kinds of terrible weapons. Okay, axes, spears, shula, and axes, spears, shula, hatchets. Okay, various kinds of terrible weapons in their hand. Varaham वराहमृगशार्दूल महिषाज शिवामुखीः महिषाज शिवामुखीः गजोष्ट्र हयपादिश्च गजोष्ट्र हयपादिश्च निखात शिरसोपराः निखात शिरसोपराः वराहमृगशार्दूल महिषाज शिवामुखीः वराहमृगशार्दूल महिषाज शिवामुखीः गजोष्ट्रहयपादिश्च निखात शिरसोपराः गजोष्ट्रहयपादिश्च निखात शिरसोपराः. Together. वराहमृगशार्दूल महिषाज शिवामुखीः गजोष्ट्रहयपादिश्च निखात शिरसोपराः. How do they appear? Varaha Mrigashardula Mahishaja Shiva Mukhihi. One big samastapadam. They had faces like Varaha, boar, Mriga, deer, Shardula, tiger, Mahishaja, of a buffalo. What do you think Shiva means? Shiva doesn't mean Lord Shiva. It would have been, how fortunate it would have been if they had faces like Lord Shiva. But they had face like something else. What do you think is Shiva? Jackal. Jackal is also called Shiva. Okay, so face like a jackal. These kind of faces they had. Gajoshrahaya Padihi. Pada refers to their feet. How are their feet? Like elephant?
Elephant.
Elephant, Gaja. And then Ushtra, camel. Haya, horse. So their feet were like a elephant or a horse or a camel. Nikhata Shirasaha. Some of their heads had sunk into their trunk. Nikhata means sunk inward. Shirasaha means head. Where was the head? Sunk into the trunk, so no neck visible. Okay, aparaha, others. Tadasha, saha tadasha, he saw. Okay, we have to add. Next. एकहस्तैकपादाश्च ekahastaikapadascha kharakarnyashvakarnikaah 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 गोकर्णी हस्तिकर्णीश्च गोकर्णी हस्तिकर्णीश्च हरिकर्णीस्तथा पराः हरिकर्णीस्तथा पराः एकहस्तैकपादाश्च खरकर्ण्यश्वकर्णिकाः एकहस्तैकपादाश्च खरकर्ण्यश्वकर्णिकाः गोकर्णी हस्तिकर्णीश्च हरिकर्णीस्तथा पराः गोकर्णी हस्तिकर्णीश्च हरिकर्णीस्तथा पराः टुगेदर एकहस्तैकपादाश्च खरकर्ण्यश्वकर्णिकाः गोकर्णी हस्तिकर्णीश्च हरिकर्णीस्तथा पराः अपराः ददर्श he saw more. How were they looking? Ekahastaikapadaha, they had only one hand or one foot, okay, or one hand and one foot respectively, depending on how you break the samasa. Kharakarni ashwakarnika. Kharakarni ashwakarnika. Khara refers to a donkey. Some had donkey's ears. Ashwakarnika, some had horse ears. Okay. Gokarnihi, some had cow ears. Okay. Hastikarnicha, some had elephant ears. Tatha aparaha harikarnihi. The word hari can be interpreted to mean either deer or monkey. So they had ears like a monkey or a deer. Okay, like this, different kinds of ears, those with single one foot, one leg, respectively. Anasa atinasascha anasa atinasascha tiryang nasa vinasikaah tiryang nasa vinasikaah gajasannibhanasascha gajasannibhanasascha ललाटोच्छ्वासनासिकाः ललाटोच्छ्वासनासिकाः अनासा अतिनासाश्च तिर्यं नासा विनासिकाः अनासा अतिनासाश्च तिर्यं नासा विनासिकाः गजसन्निभनासाश्च ललाटोच्छ्वासनासिकाः गजसन्निभनासाश्च ललाटोच्छ्वासनासिकाः टुगेदर अनासा अतिनासाश्च तिर्यं नासा विनासिकाः गजसन्निभनासाश्च ललाटोच्छ्वासनासिकाः नासिकाः तदर्श राक्षसी तदर्श he saw anasa without any nose atinasaha atinasaha doesn't mean many noses but means with large nose okay tiryang nasa with crooked flat horizontal noses. The nose usually will be pointing downward like this and shaped slightly projecting outward, right? But here tiryang means crooked, it's turned over. Okay, it's like flip horizontal has been applied to it, so the nose is now horizontal. And how is it? Flat. Okay, so crooked and flat kind of nose. Vinasikaha, without nostrils. Anasa is without nose. Vinasika, nasika is nostril, nasa is nose. Anasa means no nose. Vinasika means no nostril. So nose is there, no nostril. Don't ask me how they'll breathe. Must be another breathing apparatus must be there. Gajasannibhanasaha, they had trunk for noses. Okay, like a gaja. Okay, gaja sannibha, like a gaja, like an elephant. Lalatochvasanasikaha, nostrils on the forehead in order to be breathing, in order to breathe. Probably 2 times it has been repeated. Usually we find Punarukti is a dosha, but here 2 times it is repeated, maybe to emphasize the fact that Hanuman was astounded by that appearance of nostrils on the forehead. Okay, so 2 times Valmiki Maharishi has taken note of it. Hastipada Mahapada, Hastipada Mahapada, Gopada Padachulika, Gopada Padachulika, Atimatra Shiro Griva, Atimatra Shiro Griva, Atimatra Puchodarihi, Atimatra Puchodarihi, Hastipada Mahapada, Gopada Padachulikaha, Hastipada Mahapada, Gopada Padachulikaha, Atimatra Shiro Griva, Atimatra Puchodarihi, Atimatra Shiro Griva, Atimatra Puchodarihi. Together. Hastipada Mahapada, Gopada Padachulikaha, Atimatra Shiro Griva, Atimatra Puchodarihi. Dadarsha Saha Dadarsha Hanuman Dadarsha Rakshasihi Dadarsha. Hastipadaha, elephant feet. Ones with elephant feet. Mahapada, ones with massive sized feet. Gopadaha, ones with cow feet. Padachulikaha, those with hairy feet, lot of hair growing on the feet. Atimatra Shirogrivaha, having huge sized neck and heads. Atimatra Kuchodari, with large sized Stanabhaga and bellies. Okay, that we saw these Rakshasis. Ha, Radha Bhagini?
Just with mastakam, no? Head also it can be told as mastakam, no? I
Shira.
just had a doubt. So
Forehead, this part of the head, mastaka. Lalata mastaka phalake. I think Amara question.
so that's why I didn't tell initially, but mastakam head, I'll also double check. Because if you take like that head, they can have nose on the
Nostril
head
on the head.
also.
That part is known as Shira.
That's what
But yes,
Shiro.
uh,
I will also check. I had the
please,
doubt, so that's why.
please do check. Okay. Next shloka. Atimatrasya netrascha, Atimatrasya netrascha, Dirghajihvanakhaastatha, Dirghajihvanakhaastatha, Ajamukhir hastimukhi, Ajamukhir hastimukhir, Gomukhi sukari mukhi, Gomukhi Sukari Mukhi, Atimatrasya netrascha, Dirghajihvanakhaastatha, Atimatrasya netrascha, Dirghajihvanakhaastatha, Ajamukhir hastimukhir, Gomukhi sukari mukhi. Ajamukhir hastimukhi, Gomukhi sukari mukhi. Together. Atimatrasya netrascha, Dirghajihvanakhaastatha, Ajamukhir hastimukhir, Gomukhi sukari mukhi. Atimatrasya netraha Rakshasihi Rudarsha. Atimatra asya. Netraha, ones with large faces with large eyes dominating those large faces. Okay. Dirgha jihva, nakhaha, those having extremely long tongues that were hanging out. They had extremely long nails, nakhaha. Dirgha jihva, nakhaha, tatha. Ajamukhi, some with goat faces. Hastimukhi, some with elephant's faces. Gomukhi, some with cow faces. Sukarimukhi, pig face. Those with pig faces. Dadarsha, he saw. For this, my Guruji used to say, only for this I'm interrupting the flow and going into some other track, only for a minute. My Guruji used to say, Ajamukhi, Hastimukhi, Gomukhi, Dalla Rakshasas pair. Why do you think it is like this? He'll ask. He'll say only one thing. You are what you eat. Your face will become like what you eat. Eat sattvic food, your face will be sattvic. You eat all this trash, your face will be like trash, he'll say. He won't name anybody, but you all know whom we are referring to. Okay, Sukari Mukhi, Go Mukhi, Aja Mukhi, you know who it is. So kindly refrain. What you eat is exactly what will go into your face. And trust me, I have seen it happen enough times. It's not like my Guruji had to tell me also, but I also noticed it. But he nicely would tell. The Aja Mukhi, Sukari Mukhi, Hasti Mukhi, ella nee yosikadala, saaptadnal da vandhudu, he'll say. So we must be very careful. What we put in will show. Agattil Alagu, Mugattil Theriyum is one part. What we eat also will show. Okay, for those who don't understand Tamil, we are what we eat. So if we eat all these things, our face will become like this. My Guruji used to tell. Swami Omkarananda. Okay, we'll move on. हयोष्ट्रखरवक्त्राश्च हयोष्ट्रखरवक्त्राश्च राक्षसीर्घोरदर्शनाः राक्षसीर्घोरदर्शनाः शूलमुद्गरहस्ताश्च शूलमुद्गरहस्ताश्च क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः हयोष्ट्रखरवक्त्राश्च राक्षसीर्घोरदर्शनाः हयोष्ट्रखरवक्त्राश्च राक्षसीर्घोरदर्शनाः शूलमुद्गरहस्ताश्च क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः शूलमुद्गरहस्ताश्च क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः. Together. हयोष्ट्रखरवक्त्राश्च राक्षसीर्घोरदर्शनाः शूलमुद्गरहस्ताश्च क्रोधनाः कलहप्रियाः. Haya Ushtra Khara Vaktraha. Those with face like horses, Ushtra camel, okay, Khara donkey. With these faces, Rakshasihi Ghora Darshanaha. Rakshasis of hideous appearance. Shula Mudgara Hastaha. Those carrying tridents, Udgara, iron mallets in their hands. Hastaha. Krodhanaha Kalahapriya. Those who are very angry and prone to picking fights with each other. He saw these Rakshasis. Karala Dhumrakeshischa Karala Dhumrakeshischa Rakshasir Vikritananaha Rakshasir Vikritananaha Pibanti Satatam Panam Pibanti Satatam Panam Sadamam Sasura Priyaha Sada Mamsasura Priyaha Karala Dhumrakeshischa Rakshasir Vikritananaha Karala Dhumrakeshischa Rakshasir Vikritananaha Pibanti Satatam Panam Sada Mamsasura Priyaha Pibanti Satatam Panam Sada Mamsasura Priyaha. Together. Karala Dhumrakeshischa Rakshasir Vikritananaha Pibanti Satatam Panam Sada Mamsasura Priyaha. Surapriyaha Dadarsha, Rakshasihi Dadarsha, Saha Hanuman Dadarsha, Karala, those with long pointed teeth, gaping mouths, horrible appearance, Dhumra Keshihi, those with smoke colored hair. Okay, Dhumra refers to smoke, Keshi refers to ones with hair. Rakshasi Vikrutananaha, those with distorted faces. Satatam Panam Pibantihi, constantly drinking liquor. Sada Mamsam, Surapriyaha, they fond of liquor. Sada Mamsam, Satatam Sada Mamsam, Satatam Panam Pibantihi, Sada Mamsam Apicha Surapriyaha. So those who are fond of drinking, constantly drinking, imbibing in liquor, constantly eating flesh. Okay, so till here, till 16, we noticed everyone was patiently listening and we were all patiently understanding. different forms of the Rakshasis, why they looked hideous, I mean, how they looked hideous, and different forms of Rakshasis. But why that? Why should Valmiki devote, when we saw in Balakanda, right? Hardly a few sargas for Ramajaranam. Not even sargas, hardly a few shlokas for Ramajaranam. 5 shlokas for Ramajaranam. Here we see 15 shlokas describing Rakshasis. Correct? Ramajaranam is one event, blessed event, which takes us up. This is one thing about horrible Rakshasis. Why so many shlokas? And why should we even read it? What is the benefit? The commentators don't talk about it. The traditional commentators give the commentary and move on. Some of them give technical commentaries as to how the body would have actually looked, how the mouth would have gaped, how the lip would have hung, how the ears would have strung itself across the body. They give graphic descriptions of it. But the relevant meaning which I thought appealed to me came from Anantarama Dikshitar's commentaries, his discourses. He believes that those who have committed papa only will be born in these kind of distorted, forms. So when we have a lot of accumulated papa, okay, then some of the papa manifests itself in the form of physical bodily mutilations, defects, etc. So he believed that this is the reason why there were so many people of hideous appearance. All of them had, to their great benediction, hovered around Sita Mata, unwittingly hovered around Sita Mata. Who is she? Mahalakshmi. Who had come around her? All the papishtas. All the papishtas had surrounded her, and she is Mahalakshmi. What will she do? Grand succor only, no? She tries to do it. Despite all their troubling and threatening, later we will see the horrible threats that they levy against her. Okay, after all that also, you will see Mahalakshmi being the embodiment of compassion. So, this gives us hope. We are all disfigured, mutilated, hurt, changed in some way or the other. We are all, none of us are perfect. What is the lodestar? What is the Parayanam? Kimva Pekam Parayanam? As Yudhishthira asks, what is our Parayanam? Feet of the goddess, feet of Ambal. Take her feet, hold firmly to her feet. If you hold firmly to her feet, whatever be your papa in the past, whatever be your problems, she will give you the refuge. And we notice all the devas took birth as monkeys. Lord Shiva came as Hanuman, all the devas took form as monkeys, all the Hanuman, Brahma came as Jambavan, like this, all the celestials who are great Punyavans, they took great births, okay, to help Rama. Who are the ones who got killed by Rama? Those whose papa is ready to be extinguished, because for them, if they get killed by Rama, that means mukti. Correct? So the great papis also have hope. Even they, nobody is left. Like how Rama took everyone to Saketaloka with him when he went out of his avatar, when he left his form. In the same way, whether you're a sinner or a great Punyavan, it doesn't matter. At God's feet, you will be taken care of. Okay, so that is the reassuring message that he says. And one thing that struck me personally was that when we read these stanzas, we must have a feeling of gratitude that for us, our legs, the hands, the mouth, and every implement is working properly. Okay, because of which we are able to learn Sundarakandam, because of which we are able to sit in one place for 1.5 hours without back pain, without complaining of tooth pain, without having any such upadhis. We are able to sit and do our parayanam, sit and do whatever upasana we are able to do, thanks to the grace of Lord Rama only. So we must be filled with gratitude that we have the ability to do it. So this is a takeaway from 16. From now on, more about the appearance and the actions that happen thereafter. Okay, nobody's hand is raised. Any questions on this, please ask.
Varsha, I just checked, Varsha.
Chalo.
Mastakam is head, skull, or top of head. So that's what it says. Like check both.
Higher part of the.
So apte,
yes,
the shabda, manjari, all that. That's what it says.
Great, thank you. So here mastaka is top of the head, and therefore the nostril on top of the head is how we take it. Thank you. Okay, next shloka. Mamsashonita digdhangi. Mamsashonita digdhangi. Mamsashonita bhojanaham. Mamsashonita bhojanaham. ताददर्श कपिश्रेष्ठो रोमहर्षणदर्शनाः रोमहर्षणदर्शनाः स्कन्धवन्तमुपासीनाः स्कन्धवन्तमुपासीनाः परिवार्य वनस्पतिम् मांसशोणितदिग्धाङ्गीर्मांसशोणितभोजनाः मांसशोणितदिग्धाङ्गीर्मांसशोणितभोजनाः ताददर्श कपिः श्रेष्ठो रोमहर्षणदर्शनाः ताददर्श कपिः श्रेष्ठो रोमहर्षणदर्शनाः स्कन्धवन्तमुपासीनाः परिवार्य वनस्पतिम् स्कन्धवन्तमुपासीनाः परिवार्य वनस्पतिम् together मांसशोणितदिग्धाङ्गीर्मांसशोणितभोजनाः ताददर्श कपिः श्रेष्ठो रोमहर्षणदर्शनाः स्कन्धवन्तमुपासीनाः परिवार्य वनस्पतिम् so ताः ददर्श राक्षसीः ददर्श कः कपिश्रेष्ठः ददर्श who is Kapishreshtaha? The foremost among the monkeys, Hanuman, Dadarsha. How are they described? All the other words are adjectives. Mamsa Shonita Digdhangihi. On their body after eating all this terrible flesh, it was smeared with flesh and blood. Mamsa, flesh Shonita, blood, Digdhangihi, smeared. Their angas were smeared with flesh and blood. Mamsa Shonita Bhojanaha, those who fed on meat and flesh and blood. Okay. Roma Harshana Darshanaha. They presented a hideous appearance. Roma Harshana, causing horripilations on the body, hair to stand up. Roma Harshana means Roma Harshasya Jayate, says Arjuna no, in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter. Seeing the enemies, he feels horripilations are coming on his skin. So same, horripilations, feels hideous. Roma Harshana Darshanaha. Skandhavantam, those with a massive trunk. Skandha Bhaga refers to the trunk of the body. Those with a massive trunk. Vanaspatim Parivarya, surrounding the Vanaspati, surrounding the tree. Here the word Vanaspati refers to the tree. Could also mean the foliage or the greenery. Parivarya, surrounding. Upasinaha, seated. Taha Rakshasihi, those Rakshasis he saw. So Chandra had nicely pointed out all the physical features of these Rakshasis, how terrible they look, and how were they? They were all sitting like vultures around Sita Mata. He saw all of them, and he hated the appearance of who were surrounding Sita Mata, of those who were surrounding Sita Mata. Tasyadhastachatam devim, tasyadhastachatam devim, Rajaputri maninditam, Rajaputri maninditam, Lakshayama Lakshmivan, Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan, Hanuman Janakatmajam, Hanuman Janakatmajam, Tasyadhastachatam Devim Rajaputri maninditam, Tasyadhastachatam Devim Rajaputri maninditam, Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan, Hanuman Janakatmajam, Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan, Hanuman Janakatmajam. Together. Tasyadhastachatam devim Rajaputri maninditam, Lakshayamasa Lakshmivan, Hanuman Janakatmajam. Okay, Lakshayamasa is the verb. Lakshayamasa, identified, spotting. He spotted. Perfect word for it could be identified. Okay, Lakshayamasa, he's identified. Who? Lakshmivan Hanuman. The one with Lakshmi Hanuman. Okay, so this word Lakshmi here for Hanuman could show that he is his great fame, his kirti, his bala, Aishwarya, any of the auspicious qualities that we associate with Hanuman. It is also a subtle nod to the fact that he always has Mahalakshmi Anugraha. Lakshmivan Saha. Because he has Mahalakshmi Anugraha, he has seen her. We just saw, no, in the Namostu Ramaya class. Without her grace, you cannot see her. Correct? It is because he has had her grace that he is now able to open his eyes and perceive her. Okay, just in front of him. We should imagine the greatness actually of that. Even if we want to do it, we can't perceive Sita Mata in front of us in flesh and blood. But he is so lucky, he is Lakshmivan. That is why he saw Sita Mata in front of him. We will only see Rakshasis around us because we are in the Rakshasa world. Whereas Hanuman, despite seeing all the Rakshasis around her, saw Sita Mata. He is Lakshmivan. He has Lakshmi Anugraha. So he saw her. So Lakshmivan Hanuman, Tasya Adhastat. Kasya Vanaspatasya. Under the tree. Vanaspatehe. Under the tree. Rajaputrim Aninditam Janakatmajam Tam Devim. Rajaputrim, the great princess, Janakatmajam, the daughter of Janaka, Aninditam. We saw the adjective Aninditam, the blameless one, earlier in great detail. Please see, I think it was session 54 or 55. If you missed the meaning, go back to it and see it. Okay. So Aninditam, blameless. Why was she blameless? We discussed. So blameless one, Tam Devim Lakshayamasa. He saw her. Now there could have been so many verbs that Valmiki could have used for see. We have seen that most common verb. What is the verb that we always see? Even those who don't know Sanskrit would have learnt it by now. What is the most common word he saw? For that, what do we say? Tell Rekha ji.
Dadarsha, ma'am.
Correct. Dadarsha, we see. Okay, we always see Dadarsha only for. Now, suddenly, why Lakshayamasa? What happened? The thing is, there is a subtle meaning here as to why the verb Lakshayamasa could have been used. Lakshana of something helps in identifying that thing. Okay, Lakshana is something that is used to identify. For example, when you fill your passport, you're asked to identify. What is your identifying mark? You say mole on my eye, on my left eye, I would say. Okay, so something like that. You would say mole on the back of your neck or something, right? This is your identifying mark. Oh, who is Varsha, the person with the mole on her left eye? So like that, you could identify. Mole is just one example. Okay, it could be anything. So here, what is the identifying marker here? Lord Vishnu is identified by a unique mark. What is the mark? Rajiji, Srivatsa. Where is the Srivatsa? On his Vakshasthala. Whose Sthana is it? Lakshmi Devi's. The one who serves as an identifying marker for his beloved Lord is now being identified by Hanuman. That is the meaning of why Lakshayamasa is being used. Okay, so this is again, he is bringing his beloved Lord Vishnu into this. That is why again, Shashanka even Nirmalaha in Balakanda, when I had mentioned that phrase and I had asked you all to ask me in class, why Shashanka even Nirmalaha for Lord Vishnu? Because Shashanka has one identifying mark. What is it? The hair-like thing, Shasha. The hair-like thing on the moon. That is the identifying mark. That is why it is called Shasha Anka. Okay, Shashanka means that which has the hair as its hair symbol. The hair, what do you call it? The dark appearance of a hair-like object on the moon makes it appear more beautiful. So it is called Shashanka. Okay, here, why is Lord Vishnu? Why was Rama called Shashanka even Nirmala? In Balakanda we saw description of Lord Rama when he was born. Shashanka even Nirmala. Why was he Shashanka even Nirmala? Why was he pure like the moon? Moon has a mark, dark in color. Whereas what is Lord Vishnu's mark? Lakshmi Devi. And what is her nature? Shuchihi. We've seen in Lakshmi Ashtotram. Shuchihi, pure. She is Nirmala. She is pure. So that is why the one whose mark is purity itself, how can he be anything less than pure? Okay, so here also the identifying mark is mentioned, Lakshayamasa. So he identified the identifier. That is the meaning here. Okay, identifier of whom? Of Lord Mahavishnu. Okay, I hope the meaning is clear. Do you want me to repeat anything?
Ma'am,
Ah.
Ma'am Harika here. Can you please repeat the first word of this shloka, ma'am?
Tasyadhastacha
Tasya dastacha. Thank you,
Tasya
ma'am.
hastacha. Okay, right.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any doubt in the meaning now? No, I can move forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you. निष्प्रभां शोकसन्तप्तां निष्प्रभां शोकसन्तप्तां मलसङ्कुलमूर्धजां मलसङ्कुलमूर्धजां क्षीणपुण्यां क्षीणपुण्यां च्युतां भूमौ क्षीणपुण्यां च्युतां भूमौ तारां निपतितामिव निष्प्रभां शोकसन्तप्तां मलसङ्कुलमूर्धजाम् निष्प्रभां शोकसन्तप्तां मलसङ्कुलमूर्धजां क्षीणपुण्यां च्युतां भूमौ तारां निपतितामिव क्षीणपुण्यां च्युतां भूमौ तारां निपतितामिव. Together. निष्प्रभां शोकसन्तप्तां मलसङ्कुलमूर्धजां क्षीणपुण्यां च्युतां भूमौ तारां निपतितामिव. Nishprabham, one without any luster. Tadasha we have to add, okay? He saw. Who? Sita Mata now. Shokasantaptam, one who is tormented by grief. Malasankula Murdhajam, one with her head covered with dust. Mala means dust, Sankula means covered, over filled with. Murdhaja means dust, a head. Kshina Punya, one whose merits have been exhausted. Chutam Nipatitam Taramiva Bhumau. Chutam, fallen, Nipatitam, Bhumau Nipatitam, sorry, fallen on the earth. Taramiva, like a star. It is said that those who have a lot of punya go to Swargaloka, right? It is also said that some of them who have X times more punya, they shine brightly as stars in the sky. Okay, after the punya gets exhausted, what happens? They become chitaha, they fall back. What do they fall back into? Earth. So they're born again as human beings. Okay, so chitam bhumau nipatitam. So like fallen stars. Okay, so Nishprabham, she appeared like that. She appeared. See, the star should be shining brightly in the firmament. Instead, what was happening to Sita Mata? Instead of shining brightly as the empress of King Rama in Ayodhya, what was she doing? She was now the captive of this Adhama Rakshasa Ravana. So she was like a fallen star. That is the comparison here. Sita Mata to a fallen star. I hope it's clear. Okay, I'll move forward. चारित्रव्यपदेशाढ्याम् चारित्रव्यपदेशाढ्याम् भर्तृदर्शनदुर्गताम् भर्तृदर्शनदुर्गताम् भूषणैरुत्तमैर्हीनाम् भूषणैरुत्तमैर्हीनाम् भर्तृवात्सल्यभूषणाम् भर्तृवात्सल्यभूषणाम् चारित्रव्यपदेशाढ्याम् भर्तृदर्शनदुर्गताम् चारित्रव्यपदेशाढ्याम् भर्तृदर्शनदुर्गताम् भूषणैरुत्तमैर्हीनाम् भर्तृवात्सल्यभूषणाम् भूषणैरुत्तमैर्हीनाम् भर्तृवात्सल्यभूषणाम् भूषणां तां सीतां ददर्श. कः? हनुमान् महातेज. Charitra Vipateshadhyam, one with a charitra of her conduct, of her character. Vyapadeshadhyam, one who was renowned for her chastity, her virtue, and her good character. Adjective for Janakatmaja, Sita. Bhartru Darshana Durgatam, one who is Durgatam. It seems confronted with the high impossibility of seeing her husband. Durga means something which is impossible, difficult. So confronted with the impossibility of seeing her husband. Uttamaihi bhushanaihi heenam. Without her excellent ornaments that usually adorn her form. Bhartri vatsalya bhushanam. Only adorned by her husband's love for her. Okay, that is what is keeping her alive. Okay, so only adorned by her husband's love for her. Tam janakatmajam dadarsha. राक्षसाधिपसंरुद्धां राक्षसाधिपसंरुद्धां बन्धुभिश्च विनाकृतां बन्धुभिश्च विनाकृतां वियूथां सिंहसंरुद्धां वियूथां सिंहसंरुद्धां बद्धां गजवधूमिव बद्धां गजवधूमिव राक्षसाधिपसंरुद्धां बन्धुभिश्च विनाकृतां राक्षसाधिपसंरुद्धां बन्धुभिश्च विनाकृतां वियूथां सिंहसंरुद्धां बद्धां गजवधूमिव वियूथां सिंहसंरुद्धां बद्धां गजवधूमिव together राक्षसाधिपसंरुद्धां बन्धुभिश्च विनाकृतां वियूथां सिंहसंरुद्धां बद्धां गजवधूमिव गजवधूमिव बद्धां जनकात्मजां सह मारुतिः ददर्श. All are adjectives for Sita Mata. Rakshasadipa Samruddham, one who has been held in captivity by the Rakshasa Adhipa, the chief of the Rakshasas. Bandhubihi cha Vinakritam. Bandhubihi, with her relatives. Vina is used therefore Tritiya. From her relatives is the English translation. From her relatives being deprived of. So one who is being separated forcibly from her kith and kin. Viyutha, Simha Samruddham, Viyutham, Gajavadhumiva Baddham. Okay, Gajavadhu refers to an elephant, female elephant. Okay, the female elephant which is prized in its herd. Okay, that female elephant, if it gets covered, Simha Samruddham, by a pack of lions. Okay, therefore it gets separated from its group, Viyutham. That which is separated from its group. Yutha means group. You see, Hari Yuthapaha for Hanuman, one who is a lord of the troop of the monkeys. Okay, like that here, Viyutha, one who is without a Yutha, without a troop. Okay, so like a female elephant that has been forcibly separated from its herd by a pack of lions and held in captivity, Baddham, like that, Sita Mata appeared to Hanuman. Chandrarekham payodante, Chandrarekham payodante, Sharadabhrairivavrita, Sharadabhrairivavrita, Klishtarupamasamsparshad, Klishtarupamasamsparshad, Ayuktamiva vallakim, Ayuktamiva vallakim. Break it there. Klishtarupam asamsparshat ayuktamiva. That way it will be easier to chant. Chandrarekham payodante Sharadabhrairivavrita. Chandrarekham payodante Sharadabhrairivavrita. Klishtarupamasamsparshat ayuktamiva vallakim. Klishtarupamasamsparshat ayuktamiva vallakim. Together. Chandrarekham payodante Sharadabhrairivavrita. Klishtarupamasamsparshat ayuktamiva vallakim. Okay, Dadarsha. Sitam Dadarsha. Kaha Hanuman. What did he see? Payodante. Payodante means at the close of the monsoons. Okay, at the end of the monsoon season. Sharadabhaihi Avritam, covered by autumnal clouds. Okay, at the end of the monsoon, you want to see a clear sky with a clear moon on the sky. But what do you see? Chandrarekha is covered by autumnal clouds. The crescent moon, which is covered by autumnal clouds. Like that, Sita Mata appeared. Her brightness and glory was dimmed by the Rakshasis around her. Okay, so they looked horrifying and they covered her beauty. So she looked like that. Then another comparison is given. Iva word, Upama, another comparison is being given. To what? Krishna Rupam Asamsparshat Ayuktam Iva Vallakim. Ayuktam Vallakim Iva. Vallaki refers to a veena, any stringed instrument also. Okay. Ayukta Vallaki. Ayukta can refer to either the Vallaki or it can refer to Janakatmaja Sita. If it refers to the Vallaki in the Upama, it means like a stringed instrument which has not been properly stringed and used. If you leave a veena untended for many years, suddenly you play it after 10 years, you will find the Shruti is completely off. You will have to restring it and then set the Shruti again. So like the Shruti which has gone off due to lack of use. Ayukta when you apply it to Vallaki. Ayukta when you apply it to Sita Mata. What does it mean? Asamsparshat Ayukta. Without tending for herself and caring for herself, and therefore she looks like a stringed instrument which has lost its Shruti by not being tended carefully. If you don't tend a musical instrument carefully, the musical instrument will lose its ability to play well. In the same way, since she has not tended to herself properly, she appears sad, forlorn, lost, okay, in misery. So that's a reference to lack of care and tending. Okay, I hope the Upama is clear. All these are only description of Sita Mata so far. सीतां भर्तृवशे युक्तां सीतां भर्तृवशे युक्तां अयुक्तां राक्षसी वशे अयुक्तां राक्षसी वशे अशोकवनिका मध्ये अशोकवनिका मध्ये शोकसागरमाप्लुतां शोकसागरमाप्लुताम् सीतां भर्तृवशे युक्ताम् अयुक्तां राक्षसी वशे सीतां भर्तृवशे युक्ताम् अयुक्तां राक्षसी वशे अशोकवनिका मध्ये शोकसागरमाप्लुताम् अशोकवनिका मध्ये शोकसागरमाप्लुताम् टुगेदर सीतां भर्तृवशे युक्तामयुक्तां राक्षसी वशे शोकवनिका मध्ये शोकसागरमाप्लुताम्. Next shloka also we learn, do the Anvaya together. ताभिः परिवृतान् तत्र ताभिः परिवृतान् तत्र सग्रहामिव रोहिणीं सग्रहामिव रोहिणीं ददर्श हनुमान् देवीं ददर्श हनुमान् देवीं लतामकुसुमामिव लतामकुसुमामिव लताम् अकुसुमामिव ताभिः परिवृतां तत्र सग्रहामिव रोहिणीं ताभिः परिवृतां तत्र सग्रहामिव रोहिणीं ददर्श हनुमान् देवीं लतामकुसुमामिव ददर्श हनुमान् देवीं लताम् अकुसुमामिव together ताभिः परिवृतां तत्र सग्रहामिव रोहिणीं ददर्श हनुमान् देवीं लताम् अकुसुमामिव. So Hanuman Devim Tadarsha. That the Devi and Tadarsha is there in the shloka. Hanuman is also there in the shloka, which is why we took both together for Anvaya. Sitam is there in the previous shloka. Hanuman Devim Sitam Dadarsha. Hanuman saw Devi Sita. How does she appear? Bhartrivashe Yuktam. Rakshasi Vashe Ayuktam. Bhartrivashe Yuktam means what? One for whom it is proper to be with her husband. Yukta means what? Proper. It is fitting. It is correct. It is yukta for her to be with her husband, Bhartrivashe. But what? Rakshasi Vashe Ayuktam. She is now in the grip of the Rakshasis. And that is Ayukta. It is not fitting. One for whom it is not fitting to be in the company of Rakshasis. Rakshasi Vashe Ayuktam. Ashoka Vanika Madhye. In the middle of the Ashoka forest, Mana, Shoka Sagara Maplutam. Drowned in the ocean of sorrow. Look at the irony here. Ashokavana is supposed to drive away one's sadness and make you happy. But what is it doing for Sita Mata? Shoka Sagara Mapluta. She is drowned in the sea of sorrow despite being in Ashokavana. Shoka Sagara Mapluta. Tatra Tabihi Varivrata. Kabihi Rakshasibihi. By Rakshasis, she is being surrounded. Sagraham Rohini Miva. Like Rohini, which is surrounded by the grahas or the planets, which are preventing Rohini from joining the moon. Always Rohini looks at being with Chandra. But some graha or the other, Buddha, Angaraka, some graha or the other comes in the way. When it comes in the way, she gets very angry. Even Chandra is upset, but Rohini gets upset. So Sagraham iva Rohini. Like that. Akusumam Latam iva. Like a creeper which does not have any flowers, which does not have any beautiful flowering creepers. Like that, Sita Mata looked very sad and lost in that Ashokavana, surrounded by Rakshasis. Instead of being with her husband and her family, she was surrounded by these terrible Rakshasis. This is what Hanuman felt. I hope the meaning is clear. Moving forward. Samalena Angi, Samalena Chadik Angi, Vapusha Chapyalankrita, Vapusha Chapyalankrita, Mrinali Digdeva, Mrinali Digdeva, Vibhatina Vibhati Cha, Bhatina Vibhati Cha, Samalena च दिग्धांगी वपुषा चाप्यलंकृता सामलेन च दिग्धांगी वपुषा चाप्यलंकृता मृणाली पंकदिग्धेव विभाति न विभाति च मृणाली पंकदिग्धेव विभाति न विभाति च टुगेदर सामलेन च दिग्धांगी वपुषा चाप्यलंकृता मृणाली पंकदिग्धेव विभाति न विभाति च विभाति न विभाति च verbs. Okay, malena digdhangi, one whose anga form is smeared with mala. Mala, dust. Vapusha chapi alalankrita, one whose for alankrita, sorry, Vapusha cha api alankrita, her form thus unadorned. Okay, sa pankadigdha mrinali iva, she appearing like a dirt covered lotus. Panka means dirt. Okay, mala also means dirt. Digdha means smeared. Okay, mrinali refers to lotus. She appeared like a lotus smeared with dust. But how did she look? Vibhati, na vibhati cha. Obviously, something is covered with dust and is looking very dusty and dirty. It won't be glowing. Vibhati means glowing. It won't be glowing. Correct? But in the case of Sita Mata, we've discussed this before also. When Hanuman first spotted her, she looked covered with dust, yet she was glowing. Her glow is unmistakable. Why? Because hers is the glow of supreme effulgence. Her glow cannot be dimmed by any laukika dust. Correct? So, vibhati na vibhati cha. Although she appeared not to be glowing, she was indeed glowing is how we must understand. We must not say, although she was glowing, she appeared to be not glowing because of dirt. Then you are giving not glowing the pradhana over glowing. What gets pradhana is glowing only. Although anybody else would have appeared dull, dusty, and not glowing, she appeared glowing because of her natural effulgence shining through. So vibhati na should be taken with the first vibhati. Vibhati cha. She was still glowing only. Okay, that's how we must understand. So with this we will